Yo, what up? Alright, now intro today. I didn't feel like making the stream lag or nothing. Uh, it's been a few days. It's been a few days, so I apologize. But we here now. We are here now. Got a lot to talk to you about. I'm combining a couple missed streams with some new streams, and I hope that makes stuff kind of fun. Uh, Also, what I'm realizing is a lot of stuff that I be like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this, don't even be worth like a whole show. So, uh, I'm not even gonna put out that I'm live. I'm gonna wait and see if people discover it on their own. Like that's where we at today. So it is Monday. Happy Monday. Let's see. Let me get this. I think this is right. Look straight enough for me. Let's see. Yeah, that looks straight enough for me. We good. Come here, you can come a little bit closer. You don't gotta be so far. There you go. Yo, but by the way, I got a big surprise for y'all. Hopefully, I'll be able to have it situated by next stream. Um, but I gotta rearrange some stuff back there, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. Um, let's see. It is Monday. So last weekend I think I was supposed to talk about that Jonathan Majors movie, Magazine Dreams, and I saw it. I actually went to the movie theater to go see it because I thought like, yo, this is about to be like the movie, Jonathan Majors movie. He's back. You know what I mean? And I mean, he acted his tail off, but it definitely didn't need to come out at anywhere near when he was going through that legal stuff, because that would have just made him look way worse. So yeah, but also I wasn't impressed with the movie. It was kind of a letdown. Um, like again, he acted his butt off. Um, and you believe him, but I don't think that's a good look for him. So I'm not gonna recommend that movie, even though I was like super excited to see it and to talk about it. Uh, now we're good. You could go ahead and skip that one. It's not worth it. But yeah, I don't know what movie he's going to have next. Uh, he may or may not be in the upcoming, Marvel stuff coming back as Kang, just so Doom could kill him off. I mean, I hope so. I hope he kind of gets his. I just hope he goes out the right way. That's the only thing I care about. But obviously, they're gonna kill him off for Doom. Now, speaking of Doom, I do have a what is that called? A poll up. So I'll put the poll in the chat. And the poll is basically there may have been some leaks of the Doom suit, set photos. So I came across two pictures. One kind of looks like the Iron Man suit, like a Doom version, and the other one is like the leaked suit. So I'm gonna go ahead and share the link here in the chat. So if you haven't taken the poll, go ahead and do that. Can I even shift? Enter. Oop. It just went straight there. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna pin it to the top. Still, I don't know how you be filling all of that stuff out. Anyway, either way, that is the link to the poll. It's on my YouTube page under the community post tab. Um, Not a lot of people know about it. Like, not a lot of people go to the post tab for people, and then sometimes like it'll come up if you're a follower, if you're a subscriber. Sometimes it'll just come up on your feed, which is really cool. So, yeah, that's the gist of the MCU updates. Besides, Blade, of course, got canceled again, and they're saying Thunderbolts may be the best Marvel movie ever. We'll see. Don't have my hopes up. Now and I know I'm talking a lot about Marvel, but anyway, a lot of the chatter going on right now is between Marvel's what's the Marvel movie coming out in July? Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four versus Superman coming out in July. That's been going on, the chatter. Plus, they got Jurassic Park or Jurassic World or whatever you want to call it coming out with another one. So that's going to be the big, like, who's going to have the bigger box office for the summer. So we'll see. Now, there is some controversy going on with Fantastic Four, with Sue Storm saying that they're doing some type of, it's not gender bending. I don't know, something like gender swapping, something maybe. Um, and then it was either the director or the producer coming out and saying that Johnny Storm isn't going to be like how he is in the comics or in the old movies. He's not going to be like a ladies' man. He's going to be like some type of modern something. So, people are already upset about it before the movie comes out. Again, I'm not like a Fantastic Four connoisseur, if you will. So I don't know all that much about it. I just know what I've seen from the old movies. Sue me. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And by the old movies, I'm talking about the Jessica Alba ones, not the Michael B. Jordan ones before he had the glow up. That's not the one I'm talking about. That one was trash. I was around for the original ones. Um, so I don't know, man. We'll see. July is gonna be popping. We are already in April, so a lot of stuff. We're in mid-April right now, so a lot of stuff is dropping. The Last of Us season 2 um, just came out Sunday. I didn't watch it yet because I want to do a review of episode 1 with a mix of the finale episode of Daredevil Born Again. Spoiler alert: Born Again isn't my favorite show. But plus, also, there's controversy already with The Last of Us. Even though they already dropped one episode, people are complaining about the actress. One of the new actresses saying she doesn't look uh, right compared to like the comic or the video game rather. Maybe some acting. I don't know. I haven't seen the first episode of season 2. I do know that I enjoyed season 1 of The Last of Us. I've been excited for it to come back. I don't know nothing about the video game, so if it's off kilter, I probably won't know. But a lot of people are saying, go watch the cutscenes from the video games, and I'll understand. Um, I got to see how long it is, but maybe I'll do a review of that too, like just a straight like cutscene review since I don't know much about it. Um, and then basically the stuff that I'm about to talk about that just came out. Um, but yeah, I mean we're rolling into the summer. Some of the movies are gonna start dropping now and next month. Shows and stuff. I feel like this this is like the point of like where all the dull stuff might drop off, and then we might get some good stuff. So we'll see, man. It's been a crazy couple months. A lot of not good stuff. I didn't do a review of Snow White, but it wasn't good. Um, I wouldn't recommend going to see it. Besides all the controversy around it, it just wasn't a good movie. And I just feel like if they were going to change the movie or the storyline that much, then they should have just had her just been like a cool, like badass chick. And I think, was it the Huntsman or was it Snow White and the Huntsman? That I think it was supposed to be a little bit different. And Gal Gadot's acting was just not great, and her accent is so thick uh, that in this Snow White movie, it's really hard to understand what she's saying, and she doesn't have that many lines. Like it's crazy. It's like they're like, okay, look, you look beautiful, so you don't got to say too much. But the stuff that she does deliver is just really hard to decipher. And that's no knock of her. She will probably be my favorite Wonder Woman for the rest of my life. But this wasn't a good look for her. And she doesn't really pull off the kind of evil look. And I know I'm segueing into this whole like other stuff, but I guess it's been a couple of weeks, so I'm just catching y'all up on stuff that I haven't talked about. Um, I'll just jump right in and say I was going to save this for a little bit later, but Pop the Balloon. So if you don't know, Arlette and her husband, I guess, have a YouTube kind of show slash channel that they had this kind of pop the balloon dating show series going on. And then it kind of took off where other people were mimicking it and stuff like that. But she's really like held it down and really been like the face of that whole thing to the point where now she got a Netflix deal. Um, so now Netflix basically took that idea and made it more international. And it's live and it's by a different host. Um, and it really feels like they took the soul out of the whole show. And that had nothing to do with it just being mostly like dating for black people. Like the core element of what the show was felt very intimate. Not only did you kind of feel like you knew the not contestants, but I'll call them the guests that were up there. But you just had more of a time to kind of like listen to them talk and maybe get to know them a little bit for good or for bad, because there's some people that have definitely gone viral off this. Um, but it hasn't really been great. So they only dropped one episode of the live show, um, and I wasn't feeling it at all. Um, and again, that's not going into the whole details about the dating scene and stuff like that. It feels like the caliber of people that were on the YouTube show are not the people that are on the Netflix version. So I will not be watching anymore. I wanted to kind of give it a chance, see what it looked like, but it ain't for me. And honestly, I don't think anybody's gonna find love from that show. Not on Netflix. Not because they don't have enough time to talk and get intimate. It's really just them just being like, oh, he's hot, she's hot, this person's a goofball. All right, on to the next recycled YouTube or Netflix cast member from whatever other show. And that's what it feels like. I don't know if it's supposed to get more like with more real people, maybe like the selling the selling was the was like the Netflix hot people. I don't know, but either way, um, it ain't for me. And not that I really had hope necessarily for like the Pop the Balloon like YouTube show. I didn't really think that people were really gonna fall in love. because I don't think the show is long enough. I think like, believe it or not, I think that Netflix kind of has the modern kind of corner of the market on that, where they take strangers and then they put them on location for a certain amount of time and kind of watch how the relationship works. And in this kind of like speed dating type of environment, especially live on Netflix all around the world, I don't think it's going to work. So that's just my spiel for Pop the Balloon. Now, if you feel like, oh, I'm gonna watch it, see who's hot, cool. I mean, I'm sure all of them got an Instagram. I'm sure all of them got some type of, extracurricular income stream coming in. They talking about, oh, I'm a fashion designer. Now I'm an international this, that. I'm a model service waitress and all of this stuff. Look, whatever all of that means. All I know is, sure, if you want to just see some people look good, fine. But it's just gonna be something to talk about, and I already have enough on my plate to talk about, so it won't be me. And if you really are interested in what modern dating looks like, that whole concept of what is it? Getting the what is it? The man, the I don't want to say the unattainable, but like I forgot what they call it, but like the man that's like worth like $1 million+ that everybody wants. That how is everybody going to get that one man? But that's even more evident in that, and really it just shows that they're all kind of, a lot of women are just like more modern and independent until they find that type of man. Um, Whatever. Uh, Now when they start getting like ex ball players and stuff on that, yeah, then we'll see how crazy it really gets. Then they'll probably try to do like a reunion show. I'm sure that there's a formula for this, which is pretty disgusting and unfortunate, because I feel like Pop the Balloon was supposed to be like the opposite of that, um, at least in the YouTube version. All right, that's my spiel for that. I'm off for that. What? No, don't come over here. Yes, ma'am.
So you're supposed to justice.
Okay, you're gonna have to show somebody else love. Dad's busy right now. I'm sorry, but I can look at it later when I'm done. I love you, Zoe. Zoe, stop. Go back out there, please. Thank you. I love you. Okay, so I want to talk about this whole movie called The Amateur. With is it Rami Malek? Because I don't think it's Rami. I think it's Rami Malek. You might have seen him, or if not, he's really good on that show, Mr. Robot, and I really highly recommend that show. I always do. That's one of my must binge shows. Which, if you have questions, I can talk about that. I got fortunate to kind of like binge watch all of it until like the last couple episodes, and then I think I got to watch the finale in real time, I believe. Um, so I'm really, I always put up that show, so I know him as an actor. Not I know he was like a villain. I think he was a villain in a James Bond movie, if I'm not mistaken, because I vaguely remember him being at the end with like the mask on or something. I haven't seen him do that great in movies. I personally haven't. I think he killed it in Mr. Robot, where he has like time to kind of work out a character and stuff like that. But this whole like this. All right, so let's talk about it. So it has Rami Malek, Lawrence Fishburne, and John Bernthal, which is basically Lawrence Fishburne is Morpheus, and John Berth Berthenol. Is it Berthenol? He's the Punisher, right, from Marvel. So give me 1 second. Let me close this door, and then I'll deep dive on that. All right. So, um, I don't remember their real names in the movie, so that's who I will be referring to them as their movie character names. All right. So basically, if you watch the trailer, I feel like it's okay. I mean, there's some scenes in there that like wow, like they really kind of gave away. Um, and I understand why because they didn't have a lot to work with, but some of it I don't just necessarily agree with. So the trailer, I would say don't really watch the trailer, but it paints the movie as a certain way, which is good. So it doesn't reveal like some of the other stuff that's going on. But I think like some of these trailers are getting out of hand where they're showing like the big scenes, and they really should be saving that stuff for later. But I don't know, they don't care anymore. So why should I, right? So the movie, the premise is a CIA agent's wife is killed by international terrorists. Okay, so yeah, he's a CIA agent, or not even really an agent. He's really more of like an analyst, right? So his wife goes on like a work trip. She doesn't make it back home. So he's like, all right, we're the CIA, so let's go get these guys. And they're like, oh, well, those dudes are in the wind. Uh, plus yada yada yada. He's like, nah. So send me out there. Let me go find them. They're like, dude, you don't even know how to shoot a gun. You can barely fight like an old lady. And he's like, nah, well, train me. So then they basically are like, yeah, okay. I mean, it's your death wish. And they train him, and then he goes on like a manhunt. So for me, I feel like this is Jigsaw's from the Saw movies. I feel like this is like his origin story. Uh, why? Because he's not like your typical agent, but you know they played into it where he's like smart, so he's doing stuff a different way. Now the thing is though, like it's not a comedy. So usually like if you got like Top Gun or so, or not Top Gun, like Naked Gun or something, like that's, you know, that's gonna be funny, or like the one with Jackie Chan, or like the one with Steve Carell, like those type of movies. Like usually they're funny, and then like, you know, they could either be smart or silly or whatever. Like they really played into it, like him, like really being smart, um, which is fine. So, but I say that to say that it's a little like the tone is a little bit more serious, and like yeah, I mean yeah, obviously his wife died, whatever, um, but it's just like it's not like the Born Identity. It's not like the Born Supremacy. Like it ain't like the movie with Will Smith, um, where he was like the man on the run. Man, I forgot the name of that movie. Um, I really forgot the name of that movie, but it's not that movie. Um, this is just the amateur, and it's the amateur because literally he's an amateur. Um, But again, I feel like they could have did stuff to kind of like play up his strengths. But I guess they were really just making him like just fall into that. Like what I'm saying is, if they didn't want to play on the trope of him being an amateur, they could have played on the trope of him just being like an analyst that needed to, you know, get the bad guys, and you know have it done a different way, and it would have worked. But they were so focused on this kind of like amateur stuff that they didn't fully let it be like one of those spy thrillers. Hence why it came out in the beginning half of April instead of the latter half of April, right? Um, Not gonna give away anything special, but again, I think it's just a straightforward forward movie. So my takeaways is Morpheus was pretty good, but I feel Fishburne just was a plot device for another plot device. So again, there's not like all of these like deep kind of like subplots going on. There's like main plots essentially, but I just feel like Lawrence Fishburne's character really could have just been played by anybody else, and it wouldn't have made a difference. That's just how I feel. Um, and like the fact that it was him for some reason, I don't know if he just needed a check or something. Like it didn't. They sell that he's in the movie, but when you watch the movie, you're gonna be like, oh, that's the role you're playing. Like you kind of expected more from him, kind of being like top billing in the movie. And then you got Punisher. I said I felt like he was completely wasted, and he wasn't even part of the plot really. So like, if you watch the trailers, if you look at the posters, like John Berthal is like all in it, for real, for real. But then you watch the movie, and you like, I forgot dude was in the movie. I ain't even gonna lie, and I'm not gonna explain like what his character was, why he was, any of that. But I got so wrapped up in the story that when they brought him back up, I was like, oh yeah, this. Then I was like, this is, and it wasn't. And I'm like, what? Like, what was the point of this? And I felt like they really could have just, in my opinion, and I'm again trying not to spoil anything, but I really feel like the storyline really should have been Raimi and John Berthal, and that should have just been the story. You could have had Fishburne still doing what he was doing, but I feel like John was just wasted, and like he's part of like of how they sell the movie. So I don't know if he got like a whole check or a part time. I don't know if his schedule was conflicting. I don't know what happened, bro. But they could have did better. And again, Mr. Robot is way better. So if you want to see him acting like for real, and like you want to be like, why is this dude like a main character? Go watch him in Mr. Robot, and you'll understand. Like that's a hit for sure. I also wrote down that it's not set up to be like a Bourne series, and it's a little disjointed, and not in like the Bourne identity type of way where like you don't know what's going on. Like this is very just straightforward. Um, but I mean, this dude gets around very easily, and you just like, wow, it shouldn't be this easy for him. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's in the CIA, he's just an analyst, so it does make sense. I did write down that they highlight his strengths and they show his shortcomings. Again, playing in the whole kind of amateur thing, and he stayed true to his character. There was nothing that really happened. He didn't turn around to like pick up some 300-pound dude and like body slam. Like he didn't do nothing out of his character. But the ending was a little iffy. All right, I definitely don't think that they need to make a sequel, especially not in the movie theater. And to be real with you, like if this was on like Paramount Plus or like Netflix or something, I probably would grade it differently. But like it's like a full-fledged in the theater movie, and I don't know why that is. And like if somebody was like, "Yo, I'm not going to see that movie. I'm gonna just wait till it's on TBS or TNT or something," I don't blame you. It's not no John Wick, none of that. And I just think if it was even on Netflix, if it was like a 6-episode series or something, like a short series, I think it would have been better because they could have kind of built up some of the relationships a little bit better. And you might care. You might care. You might care more or at all. Um, so yeah, an amateur with Rami Malek, John Berthenol, and Lawrence Fishburne. I would rate this a B. Just right there in the middle. Just mid. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not good. It's just mid. If you just need something to watch so you can make out with your significant other in the back of the theater, go ahead see that. You won't miss anything. All right. Now, G20 is the movie with Viola Davis. Now, I didn't watch any reviews on this. I didn't watch any breakdowns, any trailer breakdowns. I went into this movie thinking that this movie was in the theaters. I thought this was a Viola Davis movie in the movie theater. I didn't find out till I was already watching it that it was part of Paramount Plus. I'll let y'all figure that out. Now, there are people, especially men, that are bombing this movie with or without seeing the movie. Also, maybe by seeing the trailer, and they shouldn't. And I'll stand on that because this movie is not for them. And like this isn't Snow White where Disney is trying to like brand it to all the people. Like if you've seen the trailer to this movie, if you've seen anything that Viola Davis has been in the last 10, 12, 15 years, you know what kind of project this is. So if you're a manly man or a man that's afraid to like watch like a female led movie and you're bombing it because it's a female or it's a black female or if it's a Paramount Plus movie, like we're not even talking about a movie in the movie theater. If you're complaining about this movie, you're trash and you need to sit in the trash for 24 hours because this movie's not for you. So if you're bashing this movie, like if you got duped into watching the movie, like if you went in there not knowing and you were like, "Yo, I'm going in because this is about to be James Bond," or Black or not Black Hawk Down, White House Down, or whatever, and somebody took you to the movie theater and like, or you not even you couldn't even go see the movie, like you thought this was like the best thing, like you were like, "Yo, it's Saturday, I don't know what else to watch. I'm about to watch G20 because I seen the commercial." And then you watched it and you're like, what is that? Like, if you got duped into it, that's one thing. But there's no way you could have seen anything about what this movie was and went into it thinking like this movie was about. They didn't bait and switch nothing. Like, they wasn't like, yo, Anthony Anderson is the main character, and then you go into it and it's not. Like it is exactly what it says it is. So if you went into that thinking something else, that's on you. Now, I watched it, wanted to watch it, chose to watch it, watched it regardless if I was going to review it or not. I wanted to see this movie. So I'm going to review it as if it was a movie that I really was going to review because I watched it purposefully. And again, if you're like if you think you about to come bash this movie or whatever, like go somewhere else with that because you're an idiot. And I mean, you may not like look into the mirror because your mirror is broken, but like you need to do something. All right, go look at your face in in a puddle of water or something. I don't know. Go cry yourself a river because you're dumb. Like this movie is exactly what it says it was gonna be. Now, what is it? This movie, G20, is a movie about a female president who is basically trying to put on this world summit to bring kind of peace between 20 different countries. And they're going to have it in Cape Town, South Africa. And basically, Homelander comes in and to stop the show. And he has his own agenda, which again is not pandering. It's not woke. It's kind of like, okay, it has some relevancy to like our current state of affairs. And then that's the movie. And then it's Die Hard. That's what the movie is. So if you thought that this lady was about to sit down and not kick ass and not be an action hero, if that's what you really thought, then you're wrong. Because that's what this movie is supposed to be. Like that's what the movie is made to be. Basically, like female Die Hard. Now, basically, Homelander comes as like security crashes the party, and then there's this whole like subplot of basically trying to funnel certain types of money into crypto, into his basically crypto wallet, uh, so that he can get richer. And he's pretending like it's for like the good of the people, like a Robin Hood type situation, but it's really not because he's getting richer. And then also there's some like references to deep fakes and technology and stuff like that, which is something that not anything we haven't seen in Mission Impossible movie, except they literally printed the faces. So like it's nothing out of the ordinary. And then you got the president lady basically trying to take everybody out, one bad guy at a time. And she goes from having to wear her heels to throwing on some kicks to kick ass. That's the movie. Now, why can she kick ass? Because she's a Purple Heart president. What does that mean? She was in the army and she won the Purple Heart for saving some people. And now, obviously, you got some people that's controversial, whatever, whatever. But I mean, she was in war and knows how to kick ass. And there's scenes in the show or the movie where they show her actually being trained to be a fighter. So it ain't like she rolled out of bed at 45, 48, 49, 50, and like forgot how to throw a punch. Like she actively trains to fight. Nothing in this movie is out of the ordinary. Now, what makes this like a cool movie to watch is especially for moms or older women that deal with like, teenage kids and having them and dealing with them in like their rebellious stages, or if you just want to see a badass woman kicking ass, like go watch the movie. It's worth watching the movie. All right. And then for my takeaways, I put that even though she is small and she actually gets beat up, she's not invincible. Like she's not like she doesn't have this code. Like she gets beat around, thrown around, kicked around, like all of that stuff. Like for real. Like they don't make it unrealistic. Uh she holds her own. And they kind of there's no like military flashbacks or anything, but they basically like explain what happened, what the controversy is. And even though some people are like they don't agree with it or whatever, she's like, yo, but I'm still serving my country. I just found a different way to do it. So um and and throughout the movie she's definitely dealing with some psychological stuff because you got the kind of like the being in combat type situation, PTSD situation happening, but then her family's at risk. Like literally her family is there and she has to save her family. So it's like it's not just Die Hard where she climbs up in like a in events and then like starts taking it. Like she got to save her family among trying to save all these other people that are at the summit that she organized to and then like she's dealing with people that don't really mess with her like that. So she has to. This is going to, if this works and she saves people, like it's going to, um, basically give them like a better idea of who she is and her as a leader. So it's a good movie. Now, some of the things that stood out that other people aren't going to talk about. Uh, Anthony Anderson is playing the role of the dad, but he's like a damsel in distress. Now, I mean, there are parts where he's like the dad and he got to take care of the family because his wife's a badass and she's the president. Um, but I don't really feel like he doesn't really get his own like moment, which I feel like if the roles were reversed, you know, dude's wife would have hooked off on somebody at some point in the movie and been like, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Or like, we don't know his history. We don't know if he served with her. We don't know like if he is a sous chef. Like, we don't know nothing about this dude. We do get an idea of who the daughter is, what her personality is, what her strengths are, what her weaknesses are, what her issues are with her mom. The son is just kind of like not them. And then like, I mean, they try to give him a little bit, like, but whatever. But the dad didn't get anything. He's just the damsel in distress. And again, it's Anthony Anderson. It ain't like dude ain't never been in movies before, so I feel like they kind of underutilized him a little bit. Um, and with the son, I just feel like he's kind of just there to balance out, like, two boys and two girls type situation. But I mean, like, if you're looking for like a girl boss movie, even the supporting cast, like there's other actresses in the movie that have their moments to shine, and they do. Uh, and that's it. Like, go watch G20. It was worth it. Now, I ain't about to rate this no A+, but I'll give it a B+. It's a recommend for me, especially to the right audience. It's a recommend, man. Um, like, if you don't like Viola Davis as an actress, and she plays a lot of like kind of like the disheveled black woman that's been through it. Only thing I didn't see her is change. I didn't see her change her hair. Now, there was a scene where she was in bed, and then the next scene she had her whole hair on, but I did not see her in the bed without her hair on. And usually Viola Davis, she always got the hair to the side, and she's just like, ah. So that's the only thing I'm missing out. But if you're going for Viola Davis's hair, her hair's not in it. Her wigs are in it. But again, like, you're gonna probably want to take your heels off and put some kicks on, and it might motivate you this mid-April. So yeah, again, it's a B+. Go watch G20. Now, a couple of Netflix shows. Like I said, I already talked about Pop the Balloon Live, so I don't have to talk about it. But one of the other shows that I was going to talk about last week that I didn't get a chance to was The Residents. Now, this one stars Uzu Aduba, which is Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black. Now, I don't care what you say, she will forever and always be Crazy Eyes, because Crazy Eyes is a fantastic character in an underrated show, and she is immaculate in that. And so she's not necessarily Crazy Eyes in this TV series, um, but she is her very own person in this show, and that's one thing that I can appreciate with this actress is she knows how to be herself. Um, So she is starring as Cordelia Cup, who is a bird watching sleuth and eagle eyed detective, if you will, who is called to the White House to solve a murder mystery during a state dinner. So, what does that mean? That means that somebody upstairs got killed with nobody around while a whole bunch of dignitaries and all of that stuff was downstairs of the White House having dinner for like a whole formal event. Um, some of the characters are like the wait staff. You got like the mother-in-law or yeah, like the mother-in-law lives there, the half brother or whatever, or the older or the whatever. I don't know if he's the younger brother. Like the messed up brother lives there in the White House with all these other people. Um, you got the interior designer, you got the head. I don't want to call it. I'll call him the butler, just for layman's terms. The head butler. Um, you got the one that wants to be the head butler that you know want to get him out the way. Um, then you got all these different types of cops, FBI agents that ain't even supposed to be there. Uh, just a bunch of crazy cast of characters, um, and Cordelia Cup is just doing stuff her own way, and they like, all right, bro, we got to get these people out of here. She's like, nah, I'm gonna keep everybody here overnight, and they're like, yo, you can't keep these people over here. They don't even know what's going on. She like, I don't care. We're gonna keep them here, and we're not telling nobody. Um, so I mean, it was a good little show. Um, I do like the whole kind of play on the who done it murder mystery thing. I do have like an affinity for those. And in the White House, no less, and like behind the scenes, showing the wait staff and the cooking staff and the housekeepers and like the decorators and all of these other people that go behind making the White House run that you don't always get to see. I thought it was pretty cool. Um, I think Crazy Eyes. I mean, Uzo holds her own, and it's 8 episodes, so it's kind of over the top, but not in like a trying to be too funny type of way. Just kind of like witty funny. Um, and like it, no, I mean I don't even want to say it's straightforward. Like you know how these things play out. So you go like 5 steps this way, then backtrack 2 steps to the next episode, then go 4 steps, 5 steps that way, then 1 step this way, then go 8 steps, and then come back 7 steps, and you know what I mean. But I with these, guess who did it? Let me know in the comments below if you only seen some of it. Let me know who you think it's gonna be, or when you start watching, come back to this video and in the comments let me know who you think that who done it. Who's the who done it? Or did the who done it do it himself? Ah, don't think about stuff like that. Um, yeah, quick little 8 episodes. You ain't got nothing to watch on a Saturday, Friday night, Saturday, especially you and your boo trying to eat Thai food and you don't know what to put on. That's an easy, quick watch. Easy something you can pause and come back to also, which is actually pretty good. Something you could just roll right back into and don't feel like you missed a beat. So B plus. If I had to rate it, B plus. All right. All right. So in the chat, I'm gonna put the stuff we already talked about. Let's see. We talked about and I'm gonna spell this wrong. The and G20 pop loan live. The Residence. If I didn't say what the name of it is, it's called The Residence. That's what we talked about so far. Now, there's two other Netflix. No? Yes. It's two other Netflix things that I want to talk about. One is going to be the Black Mirror season 7, the last episode. I think it's episode 8. So I'm gonna talk about this without spoiling it. Okay, now the first thing you gotta know that I think this is the first time that Black Mirror has ever done a sequel episode to an episode from a prior season, which is pretty interesting because if you ever watch Black Mirror, you know like they crank out like 8 totally different episodes for each season that are like disjointed, have nothing to do, like are written differently, stylized differently, produced differently, casted differently. You know, you don't know what you're gonna get. It's literally an anthology. So this is the first time that they did a sequel episode to a previous episode. Now, this is not to get confused with they did like one standalone episode one time, and that standalone was basically you choose your own kind of fate type of episode, which was pretty cool. That was all on its own. So this season 7 is the season that just dropped this weekend. 8 episodes. This is the very last episode. So like episode 8 is a sequel to season 4, episode 1. So if you've like skipped, like, because you can easily be like, all right, I'm gonna just skip like 3 episodes this season. If you've never seen that episode, which is basically called the USS Callister, go back and watch that episode first, because you will be completely lost. Completely. But they did bring back the same cast, so it's still continuous. And it really does kind of pick up where it left off. Okay. It has Kristen Melody, which is the girl that played in Penguin, that played Sophia. Jimmy Simpson. If you see his face, you'll know his face. He's always like that, like smart aleck, annoying, tall dude. He's always like pretentious. I can't think of something specifically that he's been in, but he's been in a lot of stuff. And if you see his face, you'll recognize it immediately. Now, also Jesse Plemons, which has like he was kind of like up and coming when that season 4 came out, and since then like he's pretty well known. He was in Civil War. Like now, anytime you see dude like in something, you like he's gonna hurt somebody. like he is like the archetype of like a crazy dude. So yeah. So if you haven't seen it, essentially both are really really good. Definitely 2 of my favorite episodes of Black Mirror. But so this one, Rob Daly and Walton create an immersive open world video game that puts a dark twist on Star Trek. Excuse me. And what does that even mean? So it's like VR, but like instead of like the goggles, you put this thing on your temple, and then like you get like put in the game. So think of like Ready Player One, but like you're in the game. You just got to put these things on the temple. Um, what's but this dude Rob and Walton, they create like this open world. So it's kind of like it's like Star Trek, especially like the original Star Trek, where like you can go to different planets and get in different like ships and have your own crews and all of this, and it's like an open world like Star Trek kind of thing, but you get to like really be immersed into it, and you basically have to have credits to survive off of. So like if you die, you respawn in the show, all of that. But it's Black Mirror, so it's like Twilight Zone, right? So there's always like a twist. So I'm not gonna give that part away, but there's a reason why certain characters can't get out of the game. And at first they don't know why. In that first episode, season 4, episode 1, is them trying to figure out why they're in the video game and why they can't leave like they want to, like everybody else. This one, part 2, is called USS Callister into Infinity. And this is them dealing with the aftermath of that first one. And like I said, it kind of picks up right where you left off, inside the world, outside the world. And I think they did a really good job. They did a really good job. They brought the characters back and it really just sucked you back in. Now, this is like an hour. So like, I think an hour and a half. So like the thing about Black Mirror is if you're like they're all different things, like it's a legit anthology. So it's like all different like stuff happening each different episode. So like if you think like, oh, it's like the Twilight Zone where you about to sit down for 20 minutes, 25 minutes each episode, like it doesn't work like that. Like they're their own project. So you can like sit down for like 15 minutes of one thing and then be in like an hour of another thing, and then be like, wait, I only watched 2 episodes. So like that's the other thing with Black Mirror. It's not like a regular show. Like you don't have like a regular series. You don't have to watch these in order. You don't have to watch them all at once. You can break them up as you want to. Like this is one of those things where they give you everything, and then like if you want to drop it for yourself and break it up over a couple weeks, you could do that. Like certain episodes right now are being talked about. Like this episode and like another big episode that has Tracy Ellis Ross in it, and it's not Smokey Robinson's daughter. Can't think of her name. But she's also another Motown esque artist's daughter, and he's light skinned like Smokey Robinson, but it's not Smokey Robinson. And if I think of his name, I'll be able to remember her name. Anyway, those are the 2 episodes right now that are being talked about. That one and this one, for 2 totally different reasons. I say that to say that this one, USS Callister into Infinity, is an hour and 15 minutes. So if you think you're about to just sit down for 20 minutes while you're eating dinner and get through it, you're not. Like you have to like you gotta lock in. And especially if you watch them together, it's a movie. Just think of it like 2 halves of a movie. So maybe like playing like a Friday night or a Saturday or something, or a Sunday around it. Somewhere you got a couple hours to spare. So my takeaways were I enjoyed that they were using the same actors for the most part. They picked up from where they left off. I feel like that it had a fulfilling end. I'll call it part 1 had a fulfilling end, and they could have ended right there. And the fact that they brought it in, got right back to business, and then had a satisfying ending again, I think it's perfect where it left off. I don't feel like they need to come back for this mega three. Like where they are is where they need to leave. It's like a closed story, but it is good. It is worth watching. So I don't know how I mean, it is like its own, like it is part of a TV show, but the TV show is an anthology, and it's like long like a movie, so I don't really know like how to categorize it. And then it's like a part two to like a part one. Um, so I don't know. I would rate it an A. It's worth watching, especially if you're into Twilight Zone, if you're into Star Trek, if you're into like that old retro stuff with like a new kind of twist. Highly recommend. It's a great episode. As a matter of fact, let me see. Black Mirror season 7. And as soon as I see this girl's name, it's gonna come to me. It was episode 1 of Black Mirror season 7. It's only bothering me because Rashida Jones, Quincy Jones's daughter. Told you, told you, something like that. Rashida Jones and Tracy Ellis Ross, which I think is really cool because both of their parents, so Diana Ross, Quincy Jones, are from that era of classic Motown, right? Um, and I think that I don't even know if they have like a real relationship, those two women, but I just think it's fantastic that their parents are from that era. But they, as actresses, they are good on their own right. Anyway, so I think that the USS Callister Into the Infinity is better than uh, season 7, episode 1, which is called Common People, even though that is a good episode and it'll make you think. Uh, and there's not really controversy around it. It's just like talking about like the future of um, technology and how how companies put themselves first, even if they want to pretend like they're doing it for humanity. Um, I mean, that was a great episode too. Now there is another episode in here with the chick from Insecure. Hotel Hotel Reverie. That one has Issa Rae in it, um, and Aquafina, which to the modern people are probably going to be the two people that stand out. Now, there's a Emma Corrin in here, but I have no idea if people know who she is. Um, oh, that's the girl that played Xavier's sister in Deadpool and Wolverine. I did not realize that. That is amazing. That is amazing. She was Cassandra Nova in Deadpool and Wolverine. She played in Nosferatu that I did not watch. Um, yeah, she was good in that. Okay, so interesting. So there you go. That was interesting. But like I said, all of these episodes are like different lengths of time, so you really gotta kind of go figure out what's going on and which ones you're gonna watch in what order. But yes, I did say that um, A for USS Callister, both of them together and separately, an A. It's my rating. All right. And then last but not least, I wanted to talk about it's called $1 Million Secret. Now, this is a reality show, kind of like a Who Done It, but it's like they have to figure out who has the money, who has the millionaire, who has $1 million. The $1 million gets put in the box, and it gets passed around, secretly passed around um, between the contestants, and they don't know who has it, and they gotta guess who has it. Now, do they really gotta figure out who has it? No. Um, but I guess like you want to get rid of the person that does have it because uh, like that person usually has some type of like immunity or something. And in the beginning, it's like you want to just you figure stuff out. So you want to get rid of like the millionaire, but strategy wise, you may not have to go after the millionaire. You really might just have to go after your biggest threat. Um, so there's a dude called Peter, and Peter owns, or at least I believe he owns this hotel called the Stag, and it's a real hotel. Looked it up, super expensive, but it's super nice. And he has all the guests staying in the Stag. All of the contestants, they each get an animal key assigned to them, and there's like a whole like thing with animals, just because. Um, yeah, so each character has a animal key, and then like they're basically assigned as animal for whatever reason, because Peter, who owns it, wants them to. Like I said, the money gets moved. The money could be with a person for a couple days. The money could be like moved the same day. So stuff happens. So each person. Peter also sets challenges for the people with the money. Um, so if you got the money, not only do you have to like act like you don't have the money, but then you have to complete these challenges without tipping off these people that you're doing this because you have the money. Also, certain people that don't have the money have to complete challenges, and they also have to kind of complete these challenges without tipping off the guests who are looking for every little detail, without tipping them off that they're doing these challenges. Also, because if they get caught without them, if they get caught doing the challenges and they don't have the money, people are probably going to vote them out because they think that they do have the money. So, who done it? There is a place called the Trophy Room, and you have to complete like real actual challenges. So not like secret challenges, but like actual like competition challenges, usually with like a team or whatever, and then the winning team goes to the trophy room. In the trophy room, the people get to select like a leader for that uh, visit to the trophy room, and that leader gets a clue. That leader can then decide, hey, I'm going to share this clue or lie about the clue or not reveal it at all, even though they said that they would. And they may themselves have secret agendas that they have to complete, regardless if they get a clue or not. And sometimes, like completing those challenges, they usually get a reward like immunity, or sometimes if they don't complete the challenges, they may get um, stuff like stacked against them, like an extra vote or something to vote them out. Um, and then at the end of the night, they all sit around a table and argue about who they think is the millionaire. Then they secretly get to vote, and then somebody leaves the house. And it's crazy because there's so many people at the beginning and there's not all these people at the end. You just like you get so invested in these people and then they're gone and they're like just never heard from again, bro. And then sometimes they're voting out people that you don't even get a chance to know because once they get there, they out, right? Either they look like they too nosy, or they just look like they too good at the game, or they just look like they got the $1 million, and then next thing you know they out, and you like, yo, my box was empty, and you like, dad, y'all still didn't find a millionaire. Meanwhile, the person with the $1 million is trying to like not trying to overreact of not being voted out. It's crazy. And then the millionaire, like I said, it's a surprise who has the money box. Basically, after breakfast, they all go to their rooms. They open their boxes to figure out if they got the $1 million or not. They don't even know. So from moment to moment, when it's time to go check their box, that's the only way they're gonna know if they got the $1 million or not. Which is crazy. Um, Now, like I said, they supposed to be weeding out the millionaire, but you'll see like that might not always be the strategy, or hell, you might not even be able to tell who really got it. Then people begin like super attached to each other and forming like these alliances, and like their best friend, is the one that's lying to them because they got the money. It's crazy. Um, and like I said, like some of the rewards are kill shots, which is basically like whoever that person votes for uh, gets sent home. But sometimes you have to do it in a strategic way, right? Sometimes you can't make it obvious that you just send in away the person that you don't like, or they may get immunity where like no matter how many votes are against them, they're safe. Um, So I said for strategy, you got alliances, assumptions about people, and strengths, right? And then there's motives. So alliances, what does that really mean? Then you got to think about, hey, you're like this person, you've been floating under the radar, or then some of these people, they don't even float under the radar. They're so like in front of everything. You know what I'm saying? That it's like, all right, bro, like we want to get rid of this person because we tired of you just standing out. But then you got certain people that blend in, but then they've been blending in for too long, and then that's suspicious, right? So like you just never know who's looking at who and why they looking at them. And I'm telling you, it goes from like we're best friends to like I'm about to get you out of here because I don't trust you. I do really, really like that it starts out where everybody's on an even playing field, right? Like it ain't like, oh, let's go into this room and play Jeopardy. Like all of the challenges are like equal opportunity. Anybody could win. So like just because you're smart or just because you are athletic or whatever doesn't mean that you about to win. And that's just straight up. Um, and like I said, some people got targets on their back and they don't even know they're a target. They walk into the room and they're a target. They get to the house, check in, and they're a target. So again, like it's crazy because I binge watched all these episodes. Then I had to wait like a week for the last two episodes to watch, and I'm just thinking about like all of these people that was there in the house, and then it was just like a whole different house after all of these like personalities left. And by the end, it was like it's not what it started out to be. It's you really don't know who's gonna be at the end. Like you really like there's no like this ain't like Survivor. Like this, like you don't know because all it takes is like, yo, you sat too close to the person, or you said somebody's name too many times and was suspicious, or you were asking questions that didn't seem right. Uh, and then that's it. So yeah, really good show. It's called $1 Million Secret. Um, on Netflix. It's 8 episodes. Like I said, it's a reality show, and it's worth watching. One of my favorite shows of Netflix. And again, like I like whodunits, right? But I also like whodunits where like it's a reality and like you don't know and you have to guess at home, right? And people are getting sent home and you might have been wrong about the whole situation, and you got more info than the people they got. You know what I'm saying? Because you get to see it unfold. So yeah, it's definitely not like a more of a guy show or a girl show. I think it's just a cool show to watch. Some you can watch on your own, some you can watch in the pastime, some you can watch in the background, some you could like sit down and really get into. It's just a really good show. And I know it seems to be like this ticking in like a lot of different like types of reality shows on Netflix, and it seems like that's the wave now. But I don't trust all of them. Um, but this one was pretty cool. And that the only thing that I think that they could do to up the ante is to do like, and I was thinking about this yesterday, like either have it where like you come in as a couple, or you come in like with your exes, or you come in with a team, and then the teams get divided, right? And then like so you come in with your best friend, and you're like, yo, we about to split $1 million like half down the line, and then you become the millionaire. Straight up. Like you leave as a millionaire. Are you really gonna split that $1 million? Um Hell, if you get the $1 million, are you gonna tell your friend that you got it? Um because I mean, besides it being strangers going against each other, the only thing that I can see differently is having like people that know each other have to go against each other, and seeing that unfold. You know what I'm saying? And seeing what people will do to the people that they supposed to love and trust and all of that. So that's it. Um, Tomorrow's Tuesday. Daredevil Born Again season finale comes out. Uh, Unfortunately, my Warriors planning to play tomorrow, and then I still gotta watch Last of Us season 2, episode 1. I watched most of Drop. I'm not gonna do a review of Drop. I just think it's silly, and not silly in like a like white chicks, you know, um, like Lane's Bros type of silly. I mean, silly like is dumb. It's supposed. I don't know. It's like all of these mid tier thrillers coming out right now. It's supposed to be like, oh, don't say this and don't tip this person off and yada yada yada. And I can see you. I don't care. That's really what it is. I watched most of it and I don't care. So I'm not. I don't care who the killer is, who the eyes and ears are, the person behind. I don't care who. I don't care. I could care less. It's not for me. Um, Again, if you need something to go watch where you could just zone out and kiss somebody, I just don't feel like this is like it's not like, oh my god, like she can't do nothing. Oh my god, like she can't go left, she can't go right, she can't go to the bathroom. She's trying this, she's trying that. Da, da, da. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care how the people know what she's doing. I don't care that she's doing it. I don't care that She has to do it. I don't care. I don't care about her. I don't care about the characters. I don't care. Um, just not my movie. So no, I'm not going to finish it. No, I'm not going to review it. But if you want to watch it, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm trying to think of anything else. Weirdly enough, I've been watching like the Netflix Daredevil, like as I'm watching Born Again, and I'm enjoying that. I'm still on I'm rewatching it, and I'm still on season 2, the Punisher court case stuff, and I'm still enjoying that way more than Born Again. So whatever. Thunderbolts comes out next month. I think the very beginning of next month. Let's see. I'm not gonna watch any more trailers. People are praising it. Some are saying it may even be the best Marvel movie ever. I don't know. May 2nd, so in a couple weeks. Um, I haven't really thought about if I'm going to go to the movies to see that. It's a very good question. Sinners. Last thing, Sinners. Comes out this week. I want to go see that movie in the theaters. I feel like I'm gonna end up going by myself. I don't know when, but hopefully I will be able to see it by Sunday, and I will do a review. If I see Sinners by Sunday, I will do a review of Sinners on Sunday. And Last of Us and Daredevil probably before that. If not altogether. Maybe altogether. But like sometimes, and I know y'all don't care, but sometimes like when something drops, like The Last of Us episode 1 or the season finale, sometimes like if you don't talk about it like right then and there when like the iron is hot, sometimes the buzz drops down, um, and your views don't do that well. And not saying that I'm doing it for the views, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you gotta like really be on it while it's trending. And I don't know what happened. I was talking about Severance. I made multiple videos on Severance, and I didn't get views on none of those. And it was a part of one of my lives. The live didn't do good. The clips didn't do good. And I really felt like people were watching it. I thought I had the right tags, but maybe I talked about it a couple days too far after the finale. I don't know. So sometimes stuff worries me. Like, why are people not talking about this? But Severance is one of those shows that maybe a lot of people aren't talking about yet still. But like if they, come out with a new season next year, the year after, maybe the buzz will amp it up. And then you know how that goes. Then everybody will be talking about it once the new season starts. Whatever. Um, the whole Game of Thrones, Pigs Bay, or whatever, all of that stuff. I don't know when any of that stuff is coming out. Forgive me for not keeping up when stuff is coming out, but uh, May and July is all I got right now. Um, so if there's shows that y'all are watching, right? Um, hell, I've even watched Love Is Blind on Netflix. If there are shows that y'all are watching that you want to talk about, send it to me. Send it to me, make a comment here on the video or hit me up on Instagram, MidWatch Live. Hit me up on TikTok, which I think is MidWatch TV. Yeah, bro. Hit me up. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about all of this stuff. Again, like I'm here for y'all. I'm not here just to talk about certain specific things. I watch a lot of different stuff, variations of stuff, a variety of stuff. I want to talk to y'all about it. So y'all let me know what y'all are watching. And I'll see if I could get in there and talk about it. Um, I'm not gonna watch Yellowstone. That's just not my vibe. 23 or whatever that's called. 1923. Not gonna watch that. Um, and as far as the NBA playoffs, I'm not sure if I'm probably gonna watch all of it. I'm probably gonna watch most of it. Yeah, so it's basketball season. It's playoff season. So let me know what y'all are watching so I can fit it in my schedule, bro. But most importantly, if I'm not gonna watch anything else this week, I'm definitely going to watch my Warriors beat the snot out of Memphis so that they can secure their spot in the playoffs, and I don't have to worry about nothing else. And that is why I didn't stream yesterday because I was so upset. So upset from the game last night, among other things. Plus, I had some ribs that put me in that gave me the itis. But other than that, like, yeah, it's a big part of it. Just took all the energy out. So I have to have like a good. So why am I watching basketball if it does that much to me? I don't know. But go Warriors. Um, and like I said, if I don't see y'all by like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll definitely see y'all by Sunday. I love y'all. You know, y'all know what it is. It's your boy MidWatch, aka TMI. Uh, and I love y'all. You know, yada yada yada. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Peace. All right, I hope that's long enough to be a thumbnail. Now, but for real, I'll see y'all later, bro. See y'all in a few days. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy this nice spring weather that we're finally getting. Get outside, go for a walk, play some basketball, kick a soccer ball around, do some push-ups, roll around in the grass, smell some daisy, something. But get out, get some. Is it vitamin? It's vitamin C, right? Get some vitamin C, right? D, whatever. Get some vitamins from the sun and enjoy your week. All right, peace.